Five on Your Sideline is sponsored by Side and Stricker Nobi John Deere.
It feels like the high school football season just started, but only 3 weeks remain before the real fun begins. Welcome into 5 on Your Sideline. I'm Ahmad Hicks.
And I am Hannah Yates. We check in with two undefeated teams in our area tonight, beginning with the Holt Indians. And what a game between Holt and Troy. The Indians were undefeated, but Troy gave them all they could handle. Trickery early, Brett Smith takes the handoff and then throws to Ethan Lawler, and he says, Odell who? Touchdown Trojans. After Holt scored, Trojans back on the attack, Charo Sutton on the keeper, and Troy is feeling good early on, but of course Holt wasn't going down without a fight. Down 3 in the fourth quarter, Cooper Brown delivers a dime to Jackson Smith, and Holt would win this game 28-24.
A beautiful crowd on hand at Kirkwood for their game versus Marquette, but a not-so-beautiful outing for the Pioneers. Jack Albrin buys some time and finds Malik Flenoid. He follows his blockers to the end zone, and Marquette would extend their lead. The Pioneers fans didn't have much to cheer for, so a beach volleyball kept them occupied. Meanwhile, the Mustangs were in sport mode. Seconds before half, when Albrin throws a beauty to Gavin Marsh, tapped the helmet, young fella. Marquette cruises to a 34-14 victory. A little ways away, the Rams of Ladue taking on Lafayette. Bo Dolan trying to throw a quick slant when the ball gets tipped around, and it will find the hands of Chris Cameron, and he takes it all the way into the red zone. That will result in a field goal for the Lancers. They were feeling good after that score. Now, after another interception, Dolan would try and make things right. He would throw a quick fade here to Mason Taylor, and this is what we call a moss, ladies and gentlemen. Good catch. Ladue would take the win 26-23.
When you think of Collinsville High School sports, you most likely think of their winning basketball program that has a chance to win state nearly every year. But now, a first-year K-Hawks football coach is looking to change that mentality and the culture on the football field. The Collinsville K-Hawks football team is 6-0 for the first time in nearly 2 decades.
We have great kids. They have great talent. I think everything just kind of came together as like a perfect storm.
To really put this in perspective, the K-Hawks haven't made the playoffs since 1996. In 2019, they didn't win a single game.
The rest of my varsity career, we were 1-13.
So how does a team turn things around from that to an undefeated record in 2021?
Effort, practice, time, consistency. Like, there was a bunch of stuff this summer that wasn't mandatory, but I told them I expected them to be there. Like, if we wanted to improve from those records from the 2 years before, we had to work to get it.
I also think our coaching this year, just like we have a coach that like better suits our players and like how we play.
Collinsville head coach Colton Rhodes is in his first year at the helm after serving as an assistant prior. His message, hard work and unity.
I think he had a more personal connection with a lot of our players. I think he coached a lot of them before, be it like with basketball and other stuff. And like a lot of people just like really gotten to like him throughout that.
Win after win after win turned into trust and friendship off the field.
The more we won, the more close-knit and tight everybody got on the team. At least once a week, we'll have like 10 or more people who go out to eat somewhere.
And the players aren't the only ones rallying behind a winning culture.
It's just nice to see all the kids that are like, hey, I'm going to come to my first football game, coach. Like, I've never been to one yet. And so you can see the community and the kids and everybody in the school just kind of getting excited about this team and rallying around them.
With just 3 weeks left, they're poised to make the playoffs and put K-Hawks football on the grid for years to come.
I definitely think Collinsville for sure is a basketball town, but I'm hoping we can kind of slide our way in there and be like, hey, Collinsville's good at basketball and football. It's going to take more than 1 year to do that, but that's kind of a goal of mine to keep building up for the future and to no longer be known as Collinsville's just a basketball town. We'll get a couple more playoff runs on that banner and kind of help the way.
And now to the action. Collinsville hosting Mount Zion in our game of the week. We can call this the Jerry Richardson show. After his defense gave him the ball, he gets it and knows what to do with it. All he sees is green turf, and that's a Collinsville touchdown. Later on in the game, it's Mount Zion kicking off to Richardson, and he says, y'all didn't learn last time, so now I have to show you again. He puts on his track shoes and got to moving. A kick return touchdown with speed, but Collinsville will actually lose their first game of the season, 36-21.
Now to O'Fallon, where the Panthers were facing an 0-6 Belleville West team. Panthers quarterback Colt Michael, he would decide to take this one himself to get his team on the board, and that would cue the fight song. Belleville West on their own 5-yard line, can't catch the snap, and O'Fallon's Tanner Hollerich says this one is mine, and the band was playing music again. Maroons can't get down the field. Ja'Cory Adams is taken down for a safety, and once again, the fans and the band had a reason to get down. Michael looks to connect with Jalen Hess, and the magic happens, and the Panthers were winning 44-0 at last check.